Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Nerd Soup. On today's episode, we will be taking a closer look at the new trailer for Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Hopefully that means Luke Skywalker is being resurrected. No, probably not. But hey, it was a pretty good trailer, so let's get right into it. So this first shot, the first thing that you gotta say about these Star Wars movies is that they look beautiful. Whether if you like them or you don't like them, you can't deny how stunning they look. And they've brought back that old retro feel, and yet they also look very modern. And I think the first one was shot by Dave Mindel. And I'm not sure if he's coming back for Episode 9. I know Episode 8 was shot by Stephen Yedlin, who is Rian Johnson's close friend who shot every Rian Johnson movie. But yeah, it looks great. And this first shot of Daisy Ridley as Rey, and she's breathing heavy and she's looking at something in the distance, and later in the trailer, we know that it's a TIE fighter, and it's probably Kylo Ren inside of that TIE fighter. It's a similar design to the one he had in The Last Jedi. But the voiceover here is very interesting, too, by Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker. He's talking about how 1,000 generations of Jedi now live inside of Rey. So what I take from that is that we're going to see Yoda, we're going to see Kenobi, we're going to see some Force ghosts come back in this movie, and that's what Rey has been doing in between films. She's been learning from these Force ghosts of Jedi that we've never been introduced to before, because I think it's Kenobi who says in A New Hope that the Jedi kept the peace for thousands of generations. So that's interesting. Maybe she just becomes a super Jedi. She's downloaded all of the history of the Jedi Order, almost like Bran with his screen-seeing abilities. She's gone back and she's just learned everything. And this move right here, the two-step hop, it's a great move. It's a great shot. Her using the lightsaber to take down this TIE fighter, it's awesome. And this shot right here, I'm not really sure where this is. It looks like the planet from Rogue One. I forget the name, where Galen Erso was working, where he was actually killed by Krennic when they go on that mission to try and assassinate him or rescue him. I don't know. Rogue One was weird. Yeah, but I'm not really sure where that is, and we see the city in the background. We see a ship flying to it. And this shot right here is awesome. Kylo Ren absolutely body slamming some random dude. And once again, the cinematography, the look that's draped over this sequence, it's beautiful. And Kylo Ren, my second favorite Star Wars character behind, you guessed it, Yoda. And in this shot, we have somebody fixing Kylo Ren's helmet. I don't think that's Kylo Ren because it's like something on his hands there, furry hands, some sort of suit. I don't know. But I like this too, the cracks in the helmet that they're bleeding out red. That's interesting. It seemed like they were disregarding the helmet in Last Jedi. Snoke kind of has that moment where he undresses Kylo Ren and says, "You're just a child in a mask." And Kylo Ren's like, "Oh, well, fuck you. I'm going to break the helmet." So he's putting it back together. He's embracing his dark side. And I hope that's what we get from Kylo Ren in this movie. We've seen the conflict in him in Episode 7 and Episode 8. I just hope he's a force of nature in this film. Just full-on villain. There's no more conflict. He's embracing his dark side. He's trying to go full Vader. There's no chance of redemption for this character. That's what I would like to see. And here we have a shot of Finn and Poe, and it's going to be nice to see them back together in this movie, working together. I really thought Poe should have went on that mission with Finn in Episode 8 when they're trying to shut down the tracker on Snoke's ship. But it's going to be cool to see them all together, and it looks like later in the trailer, it's all three of them together, the new trilogy of Finn, Poe, and Rey. And then we have BB-8 and his new little friend, DOI, Dewey. I think that's the new droid's name. My question is, where is R2? Because I feel like R2's not getting a lot of burn here. Didn't really see him in Episode 7. Episode 8, he plays a little clip. R2's part of the gang, right? Come on. Oh, and talk about a character making a comeback. Billy D. Williams, Lando Calrissian coming back for Episode 9. And it's so cool to see him and Chewie in the cockpit of the Falcon. It used to be his ship. It was his ship at first. And he says in Solo that he's going to get that ship back. Han Solo says, "Over my dead body." Well, Han, you're dead. I'm sorry. And it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with Han Solo's death. Obviously, they've had their troubles and their differences in the past, but that was one of his best friends. To see Billy D just in the cockpit, enjoying it, laughing. He's got the look, he's got the swagger back, so that's Lando, man. That's Lando. And another moment here on a desert planet, it could be Tatooine. I think they're going back to Tatooine, because this moment right here with C-3PO and Finn and Poe, and they're on the run from these people, it's reminiscent of when they were traveling to the Sarlacc pit in Episode 6. And it's cool to see C-3PO in the middle of the action. I'm a full C-3PO apologist. I'm a big C-3PO guy. Yeah, he's annoying, but, that's his character. And here we have a moment with Princess Leia, and she's holding some sort of symbol. Is that the Jedi symbol thing? It looks like a lock. Something that was put together. I don't know. Some sort of key. I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to know and scream at me about it. But this moment is great, too. We have Carrie Fisher, Daisy Ridley, Rey and Leia embracing. It looks like this could be their final embrace. Maybe this is the final scene with Leia in the movie. Probably not. I don't think they would spoil that. But this is probably footage that they didn't use from Force Awakens. And we see Rey dropping a tear. So maybe this is a final moment between them. And it's going to be bittersweet to see Carrie Fisher, you know? She's no longer with us, but to see her getting a chance to be on screen playing this character one more time, I'm sure her role is going to be minimized. I know she was supposed to have a bigger role in episode 9, but it's still going to be such a treat to see her. And this is the moment at the end where we have the whole crew together. We have Rey, Finn, Poe, C-3PO, BB-8, and Dewey, little Dewey. And Chewie's in the background. Hey, Chewie. And this sets up the reveal at the end of the trailer because it looks like this is Endor. And in the distance, we can see what appears to be the second Death Star after it crashed in Episode 6. And we actually see that in the Battlefront 2 video game when the Death Star actually came hurling towards Endor. And we see the aftermath of that attack. And then at the end, we have the laugh. We have the infamous Palpatine laugh. I can't believe Palps is coming back for this movie. Of course, it's going to open up people to the Rey Palpatine theory. It's a theory that we discussed on this channel as well. Is Rey somehow connected to Palpatine in some way? Is she his granddaughter, clone? Did he manipulate the midichlorians to create Rey like he did Anakin? Because technically he's Skywalker Poppy, right? He's Papa Skywalker. Big Papa Palps. So it's interesting to have him back because a lot of people say, once again, you're moving backwards instead of moving the franchise forward. But at the end of the day, it's episode 9. It's supposed to be the end of the Skywalker saga. This guy has been the big bad for the first 6 movies. Apparently, he's been the big bad for 7, 8, and 9. And somehow he survived being thrown down the shaft in Episode 6 by Darth Vader. Hey, if you don't see a body, that means the character can come back. Which means Mace Windu might still be alive. I mean, if Palpatine's alive, bring back Mace Windu, right? Bring back all the boys. Bring back Mace, bring back Palps, bring back Jar Jar, bring back the guy that ran the 1950s diner in Episode 2. Bring them all back. Boys are back in town. Yeah, but this was, it's funny because I texted my friend Aaron after seeing this trailer, and I said, I think this trailer made The Last Jedi better for me. Seeing the direction where they're going, that they're embracing the roots of Star Wars, they're embracing a classic villain, and Skywalker is in the title, so what does that mean? Does that mean Rey actually is a Skywalker? Like I said, if she's somehow connected to Palps, that would almost make her a Skywalker. And of course, Kylo Ren is Skywalker on his mother's side. It's funny because people said once they drop that first trailer, the hype train is going to get going, and I'll tell you what, no other franchise can pull on my heartstrings like Star Wars. Once that Leia theme came in this trailer, once I saw Lando laughing in the cockpit and hearing Palpatine's voice, it's just all the emotion swells up and how much this franchise does mean to me. So I'm very excited, and this was a very good trailer. Very solid first teaser. Normally, I would say leave your thoughts in the comment section below, but with Star Wars, it becomes such a cesspool of toxicity. So actually, you know what? Have at it. Make it the most negative comment section ever. Most negative comment gets nothing, but I'll heart it. I'll like it.